fucking re-recording this because I'm trying to improve as a person. Here we go. I'm just going to show you what I've been working on. I've been adding teams to my game now because the game before had no idea who was killing who. It was just clients telling the server to spawn spells that dealt damage, but there was no way to tell who actually killed somebody because nobody actually owned the spells. The network ID wasn't being passed. None of that shit. So, alright, we have two. Okay, we're good now. I had to disable push to talk or voice activation. So, two people. I now have Thunderclap. There's a little temporary. Well, it's not even temporary. There's a lobby you spawn in here. I was trying to make a lobby another way, but no, it doesn't matter. I need a game mode. I want team deathmatch. I want someone to be able to kill someone on another team, and then his team gains points. I have other game modes that I want to do, but I have to add teams. I have to add score. I have to add player counts. I have to add IDs. I have to make it so that spells know who. So that spells know who casted them. That way, when someone gets killed, they know who got killed. That way, when someone gets killed, we know who actually killed the person. Because otherwise, we can't award points. So we have to figure this shit out. So, I've made that. So now, nobody has joined a team, but this guy joined one. This guy joined the other. You can see that. Hold. Okay. So you can see they both update live. Look at the left one. Updates when the client does it, and then the right one. Oh, good. Well, okay. I need to make it so it doesn't actually lock you to the widget, but it's fine. Here we go. See, look at the left, look at the right. They update live. Cool. So we have different people on different teams. No score right now. Lightning bolt. You can see that the guy on team 1 just gained a point. The UI is a little wonk right now, but it's fine. It's just because one spawns on top of the other. Or it's actually not even true. It's just that, hey, what? Oh, when you die, the keybind to remove the widget is stuck, so now the widget doesn't work. It's basically dead, but it's okay. So now we're like that. This guy can switch to be on the other team. He could do lightning bolt. So same team, so no points were awarded. Good. Team? Oh, God. All right, well, that'll do it. Oh, the host can spawn people now. So this is the lobby. When we actually start the game, the host starts the game, and people spawn where their teams are. In this case, we're both on the same team. We spawn at our crystal. We can go and do shit, okay? I don't know why he got knocked back just now. I actually have no fucking idea. Oh, cool, and you respawn in the lobby. That's nice. Now we're going to be on opposite teams. So we're going to start the game. So now he's on the south crystal, he's on the north crystal. And we're in the same lobby, so we can test because blink, 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 blink. Ta-da! We're on opposite sides. And now I can make these guys spawn in the same team. But only the host can do it though. Because that's how it should be, right? The players can't determine where they spawn. It's the host that does it. Cool. This works. Again, killing works. Well, they're on opposite teams now, so it won't work, but lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. The tolerance is a little wonky. I'm not sure why it spawned that. No? Okay. Lightning bolt. And right now you can get killed multiple times, but it's fine. I'm going to fix that. And that is still there because you got killed multiple times, so it added multiple widgets to the screen, but these are all things that I can add with simple checks to fix. So, very good things. That was all a fucking bitch to add. Excuse my language, because it was all a pain in the ass. And it's all finally put in this little teams bit and in the game state. Very fun. Basically, I figured out that there's this get unique ID in the advanced sessions plugin. So everybody has a unique ID. You can convert it to a string to get the actual string of the player, and you can print it. The problem is if you get this and you call this, or you call these are functions that get you this. So they're just pure functions, they're hidden. So you call them to get this info. If you call it from the server, or if you call it from the server, or from a client that then runs a server event, therefore the server ends up calling this, you will only get the ID of the server. So the server was the one who was creating all of my damaging spells. It used to just be the client calls this event, the server puts this guy into existence. Instead, I've changed it. All of my damaging spells, because those are the only damaging spells are scoring spells. You only score when you kill somebody, so I didn't need to fuck with any of the other spells, which is still like 17 out of 25 spells or 21 spells or something. So instead, we do a local event for each of these. Not Holy Light, that's normal, but Testicular Torsion has a local event. All of these have a local, except that's not damage. Beam, it's a local event. Oh, that's maybe that's why. Okay, whatever. So we have a local event that then tells the server to spawn the spell. Well, in the local event, that's when the client itself, the guy who spoke, not the server unless he's the speaker, but the actual speaker, the real person who spoke just now. If you're over there in fucking Washington State and you're casting spells, it's you running this first, and then me if I'm the host. If you're the host, then it's also you doing this, but if I'm the host, then it's my side doing the hard lift, the heavy lifting, the server part. I will then put it into existence. The point is, the client says, hey, this is my ID, server, here you go. And then the server gets to use this ID. So, when the server creates a beam, the server creates a beam, and the beam has this string value that's able to be set when it's spawned. That way I can create a beam and pass the beam instantly my ID. When the beam applies damage, it further passes my ID down the chain onto whoever gets damaged. I also had to change up how you receive damage too. All of this was a bitch over this past weekend and like day or two. What's today? Monday, I guess, right? Yeah. So now, a couple things. The server calls this and the client calls this. So when the server damages someone, the server calls this and used to be the only one processing the damage. Or like, I don't fully understand it. I got it enough to make it work, but not fully everything. Basically, the server and the client would both call this event, and there was a bug for some reason where I don't know why it wasn't always doing it. I'm not super sure. Basically, damage was being double applied, and if I did a spell that would kill you in 2 shots, it would kill you in 1 because it would double apply the damage. And it's because of this. Before it used to just be spell. No, it actually wasn't. Basically, I added this other event so that when the server calls this, we let it pass and do stuff. When the client calls it, we don't. The client says, hey, I am the victim. I'm the victim of this damage. So when one player creates the one player tells the server to create this spell to damage somebody else, that server-owned spell carrying the attacker's ID damages somebody else. Well, how does the server, this is on the server, how does the server end up running stuff to figure out, or how does the server end up figuring out who actually got damaged? Because if you did the ID on the server, again, you're just going to get the ID of the server. So if I'm the host and there are 2 other players and they're attacking each other, I don't want my server running the get this player's ID, because if the server does it, it's going to get his own ID. In this case, the server isn't even involved in the combat. He just spawns the stuff. He's just like the DM. But he's not actually one of the player characters, right? It's these other 2 guys who are doing the damage. So the server spawns this spell, and whenever it applies damage, it brings the attacker's ID over, and it runs an event on the damaged player to then get his ID too, which then gets passed to the server. So we already have the killer, a killer and attacker. This shouldn't be called killer. This should just be attacker. Or actually, well, it's really killer because we don't care if he just attacked him. Maybe we do later, but right now I only care about the points, not, oh, you took damage from somebody, but I could record that all later, but I don't care about that right now. So, and it wouldn't be hard to be easy now. So, I made a good backbone now. So, we're passing the attacking data, but now, once we've actually hit the person who's taking damage, we now get the victim data, who actually got hurt. So now, the server gets told, this is who spawned the spell, and this is who it damaged and killed. That might be the same person, and if that's the case, we don't care. But that's handled by other stuff. It's likely that that these are not the same person, so someone killed someone. That means that we need to award the killer's team a point if he's on a team, and if the victim's on a team. So, and actually, yes, because we want, if there are other people who aren't on teams, we don't want you to get points for killing them. Like if you accidentally kill a spectator, you don't get a point. But there is no spectator, so it doesn't matter. Just handling that just in case. Then we apply the damage, just like regular shit. The server is what does it. So the server takes the killer and the victim on every client so that everybody in the entire game knows how much health each other has, so that when someone dies, everyone sees them die. We have this little notify action, and that's fine. And really the notify is so that when you get hurt, what happens is, well, actually this is replicated so everybody knows. The reason it's rep notify is so that if I'm the one who gets hurt, I update my widget to show that I'm hurt, so that I see blood on my screen. In Tarkov, if I shoot somebody, my game has no clue, just like the attacker has no clue, that the injured guy has blood on his screen. You don't need to render all the other people's graphics. Okay, so after we apply damage, blah, 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 we check to see if the health is 0 or less. If it is, we then do some death stuff. Well, what do? One, we say, hey, game state, server game state, because this is on the server. Server's game state, hey, because we're on the server's client, the server player, your game state, it's his game state. Update the kill points with the killer and the victim, and print the information just as a debug. Now, this is one of the main pieces of meat. Basically, the players are on teams. This checks who's on what team, and if you're on different teams, then if you're on different teams, well, hold. If you're not on different teams, okay, you're on the same team. Doesn't matter. Just print that you are and do nothing. But if you are on different teams, well, which team was the killer on? Team 1? Add a point to team 1. Team 2? Add a point to team 2. Boom. Okay? Easy peasy. But before that, we create a widget in the character down in begin play. We create a team selection widget. So, in the widget, you open it up and you can click a team. Well, when you do, it goes here. What it does is, let's see, add player to team. Oh, so you click the widget, and what happens is it calls logic in the player to add you to the team. So what it does is it, again, runs a local event so that we can get your ID, not the servers. We don't want the server running this. Your ID, which then gets sent to the nice server guy, specifically the server's game state. The server receives your ID, and it receives your team because you click a button. You click button 1, it puts team 1. You click button 2, it puts team 2. That's why the team is also being sent to the server. So the server knows who you are and what team you're going to be on. And then it removes you from any other teams if you're already in there, and then adds you to the appropriate team. It then updates a widget that exists. So when the server, or well, really, when the game state starts for everybody, what it does is, well, this part doesn't matter. It's some light shit. I think I re-added that so that we can do it here. Yo. All right, thunderclap. Oh, I guess it didn't work? Okay, I don't know. I guess I turned it off maybe. Or is it a different button? Hold. I'm not sure why it's not working. I added it so that I added this thing so that you could, oh fuck, I bet you I lost it in the commit. I bet you I did. I bet you in the forest level, there's no longer a light. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, I was doing some other things and I added a light so that you could press a button and then the light would turn on and off. I could do that super easy, but I just, it was in a commit that I made as part of a bunch of changes, but then I had to fucking revert them all because it was shit. I was trying to do this a different way and whatever. I was trying to make a lobby screen so that you start in the main menu and then you get added to another level when you join a session, and you're all in this widget level. There's no actual like world, and then you finally get added to the real level. Well, the problem is when you click the button in that second level, you're in the server. When you click a button in that widget, I can't get that information to go to the next level with you because the client's player state, even though we were doing something called seamless server travel, where the player state's info is supposed to be destroyed, but then be copied over so it's not actually lost, it was getting lost. Excuse me, it was getting lost. I searched for hours to try and figure this out and tried everything. Couldn't get it to work. So I said, fuck it. 2 levels. That's all. You start the game, you're in the main menu. Eventually you join the session of the game, the actual game you're playing, and that's it. That's why my lobby thing is actually in the game. The game has started. I mean, not fully started, but you're in that level. It's just that when the player starts it, that's when the game officially starts. It's like bulls when you're riding them or something, or horses. They're in the stable already, bro. The game has begun. They're there. They're at the stable level. It's just that you actually haven't started riding the horse yet. But the horse is in the level. There's no 2 levels. Oh, I'm in the pen, I'm in one level, and then when I'm actually running, I'm in another. No, it's the same level. Same thing here. We're just letting the players out of the pen. So, that's the idea there. So, what we do is we create a widget and we add it to all players. Apparently you can do that. If you do it in the game state, then everybody gets it because every player has a game state. So, it's basically added in the player. But I want to update the widget from here and not have to do it from the player every time, so fuck it. You could do it either way, honestly. The logic that updates it would just need to go to the player and do its stuff, but it's fine. I'll leave it like this for now. Maybe I have to change it at some point. So you create a widget and add it, and that has the scores and the team count and the player counts for each team on the top. Okay, and then we update it in the beginning so that when the player joins, it sets it to 0. Right now that only works for the server, but I also do it for other players who join later. Something like that. Okay, so we've added you to the team, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Okay, so once you click to add yourself to a team, we get the length of the teams now. So if I add you to a team, the array has increased in length. I then save that length in this team count function. I update these lengths. That way I don't have to keep getting, like, it doesn't matter. It's helpful to put this in a function instead of just getting the array and then getting the length every time. It used to be more helpful, well, yeah, because sometimes I want to manually do this. I want to manually update it. And I don't want to always just use the length. Maybe it makes sense to do that, but fuck it. This seems helpful. Like a lot of times you have helper variables. Variables aren't very expensive, especially because these are literally 2 integer variables. It's 8 bytes, bruh. It's nothing. So it's fine. So we debug once you've joined a team. So if you click team A or team 1, it says, okay, you joined team 1. Or actually, no. You join the team and it prints however many are in each. It'll print, what does it do? Oh, it prints the count. Team 1, 1, team 2, 2, whatever. Team 2, 1, however many people are on each team. Or team 1, 1, team 2, 0. Or team 1, 7, team 2, 8, whatever. Or team 2, 0. Fuck it. And then after we update the team counts and we print how many people are on each team, we actually update the widgets to show that info. Well, how do we do this? We have to update the widget for everybody. So we have to multicast to go to everybody's widget. And one, we check to see, hey, is your game state's widget valid? Because the widget's technically in your game state. Because it's added to the viewport in the game state. Actually, hold. Well, it's actually, it is owned by the player. But so either way, whatever. The player controller. But it's done by the game state. So we update everybody's. We make sure it's valid, and then we update the counts. And that's basically just setting the text to match whatever these numbers are now, the score and the text. Cool. So now the widgets are there. They're updated. We've added the player to the team. We've done all that stuff. Well, how does the fucking score work? Hold. Wait. Oh, well, the score works earlier. It's in a function, actually. It's in score. Wait, hold on. Players and score. When you kill someone, it checks which team are you on, which team are they on, if you're on a different team, or which team are you on, which team is he on. There's no fucking day here. And then we add the score to the guy who killed you. Cool. What else? I think that's basically it. Oh, I also have a little helper function so that I can get one whether you're on a team or not. This doesn't handle if you're on both. Actually, this returns prematurely, but whatever, it's fine. You should only be on one. So I think it's fine for now. It's fine. If it fucks up later, it's fine. It's okay. It really shouldn't. Because you could only click one. The logic doesn't make sense. It's like I could have an extra handling thing, but it's fine for now. So, I think that's kind of it. Oh, in the player's begin play, excuse me again. I want to update this player's widget specifically because I can't call it from here because, oh wait, actually that's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so whenever a new player joins, there's a problem. The new player, if the new player joins, so first player joins, the counts are updated, the widget is created, and it's updated. New player joins. Until he actually clicks this, the counts and whatnot are not updated. Hold. Oh, it's because when the server I can't remember. Another time I'm tired. Basically, when the server starts, his widget is updated automatically, but new players are not. They don't get the updated counts. So when the player joins, we have to say, hey, this player wants to update it. Server, get your bitch ass up and go and update it. He says, okay, and goes, redoes the counts, and then updates it. Okay. Yeah. So that works. There's some debug stuff. We can reopen the team selection widget. We can remove players from teams. So if there's one guy in and then another guy leaves, oops, that's the wrong fucking button. Well, I didn't have to restart. I still didn't have to restart. What the fuck is that button? I have no idea. Who knows? Okay. And we start the game. Team one. Oh, it doesn't matter. I needed to just join. That's what I need to do. Oh, well, fuck. There's no, I'm on the wrong level. I need to be on main menu, otherwise the sessions can't start, otherwise the teams don't exist because the session has to start for there to be teams. We're gonna wait. Once this player gets in the team, then he's gonna leave. We're gonna see that this gets updated immediately on everybody's whenever anybody new joins, which is awesome. That's why I needed that thing, because otherwise it only happens once. Somehow it doesn't. Okay. All right, we're good. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, this guy's going to join team one, and now he's going to leave. Huh? I don't know what happened. Okay, I guess there's a bug there. Not sure what happened there. And play. It was working earlier. Did I fuck it up? What happened? It said he wasn't on team one or team two? Why? How? How's it possible? He was in one. Team two? Yeah, I don't know how that makes sense, honestly. It doesn't. Okay, whatever. I'll fix that tomorrow, I guess. It's too late. I gotta go to bed. I should have gone to bed. I should go to bed right now. I will in 30 seconds, I swear. Okay. The widgets get created. Well, I don't even need to do this because I'm going to discard these changes because this is just fucking around. Whatever the hell. Who cares? That's it. So yeah, team stuff works. Next up is game modes. All I have to do is check. Oh, I could have time limits. I could have other stuff. But I want to add like, now I can instantly be like, hey, you hit 75 points. Okay, the game's done. That's TDM, like Call of Duty style. Oh, I can now change. I can say, oh, you're standing on a point. We can go to the server and say, hey, add points to this side, and I can just add points and do whatever I want. Add points, and every time I add a point, it updates everybody's widgets because you're capping the point or whatever the hell. I can do whatever I want now, basically. I've unlocked it all. A lot of funky stuff. Oh, the spawning, the fucking spawning, the spawning. So annoying. Okay, update. Sorry, I had to change my mind. 30 more seconds. That's it. The server game state. The server game state. The server game state. When the server host clicks the button to start the game, we get all the players in the game, and for each one, we go to them. And what do? We have to get their fucking IDs so that we know who's on what team and where they get moved, because we don't store that shit locally because it won't work. So, we have to go and find this information out based on the IDs. So, what we do is we get the ID and we send that shit to the server. Easy peasy. I was doing it a stupid ass way and handling it in the character like a fucking retard before. It was stupid. We do an owning on client, that way we can get the fucking ID from the player, and the player also passes himself so that the server knows who the hell it's doing it for. Because the server isn't looking at a particular player, there's nothing coming back, so the player has to come back. This says, hey, player, go do something. But the player has to come and say, hey, I'm not fucking done, bitch, and come back to the server to do more stuff, so he has to send himself. So, the server then receives a separate event from that player, executed on server, because it's on server. It then executes it. This is only called by the server. And it says, hey, what's the team of the player? Because we have the ID now. If he's not on a team, do this. Nothing. If he is on a team, get these actors that I have in the world that denote where the spawn point is. Fuck. Add another 30 seconds. Sorry, I have to do this. Forced. Stop being stupid. Okay. Discard. It's fine. We go here. Here is a spawn point. Here is another spawn point. So, we go there. Those are arrays. Well, it's fine. There's only one of each. I'm going to add multiple, and I'm going to just choose a random one, but I don't want to do that really because you have to make a copy of it for some fucking reason. I don't understand why, but it's fine. So, we're going to get where that spawn point is, and then set the character to be there. So easy peasy. That's it. The hard part was knowing how to make this work. I was doing multicast for a sec. I was trying to understand owning client and all this stuff. It's easy. The server ran the shit because the host initiated it, so it went to the server. Well, how does the server go in to get the ID from the player? Go get the ID from the player, bitch. He goes, gets the ID from the player, and it goes back to the server, and then he continues. He sets the fucking thing where he needed to go. There was the main bug really that stopped me was that I forgot that I have to replicate another 30 seconds, sorry. I have to replicate these guys. Movement replicates. Cool. Because if it's not doing it, because the server initiated it and then it went to the players, somehow the players don't know where the fuck the actors are. They're already in the world, so I would think, it's not like the server spawned them, but I think because the server is the one that got the info, and then it was going to the players, or the server started and then it went to the player for the player to do stuff. For some reason, the player wasn't able, this was always returning 000 as the location, even though they're obviously not 000, they're just in the map somewhere. So, I don't know. But, so, yeah, it was crazy. So the server would get all the people, run an owning player to get the ID, and then the server would determine it, and then call extra stuff in the player to set the location, and that was working. But it makes more sense for the server to do the location setting. At first it wasn't working because, the server was getting moved to his place, but the client wasn't because of the fucking replication. That was really the whole issue. It was just replication. It was stupid. I didn't click 2 check marks. That's all of Unreal. So, that's it. Game modes work. Spells work, killing works, points work, leaving should work. I'll fix that tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, and then game modes soon. And then after the game modes and after everything is fully fleshed out on the forest map, I will finally make the wizard, draw him, model him from scratch, everything, color him, all of it. Learn how to do that because I can rig and animate fine. But the coloring and stuff, I know how to do now actually because I had to make the crunch actor from scratch. And then And now I know the full workflow. And then I finally get to make a dungeon map. That's what I want. I want to add this reverb across the whole thing, and the footsteps are going, and I want to see if I can make audio so that if there's a hall and then it turns, you only hear the audio straight. You don't hear them through the wall. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm going to try. So, yeah, that's it. I want you to be fucking scared running down the hole. Jimmy, give me a heal, go, go. Because people are fucking chasing your ass, and you're speaking spells, and there's reverb on everything, and it's just fireball. Oh, I can't wait. I'm excited. All right, bye.